They don't want what we know out there. You'll never get those on CNBC.
Did you know that as of 2021, about 63% of American adults are living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to save for their future? In a world where financial uncertainty is a common theme, one voice stands out with a message of empowerment and change: Robert Kiyosaki. Today, we're diving into the mind of a man who insists you will never be poor if you start doing this now.
But our school system will never tell us that, because they're part of the process. Fake money, fake teachers, fake assets.
In a world where financial literacy is often overlooked, Robert Kiyosaki, a renowned financial expert and author, brings to light the critical importance of financial education. His insights challenge the conventional wisdom imparted by the traditional education system, which, according to him, leaves a gaping hole in our understanding of money management. Kiyosaki begins by addressing a fundamental flaw in our education system: its failure to teach practical financial skills. He points out the main reason people struggle financially is that they have spent years in school but learned nothing about money. This statement resonates with millions who find themselves adept at solving complex academic problems, but clueless when it comes to managing their finances. The traditional curriculum, focused on academic and professional skills, often omits the essential aspects of financial education. This omission leads to a scenario where individuals, despite their academic achievements, struggle with basic financial concepts like budgeting, investing, and saving. Kiyosaki emphasizes that while school teaches us to be excellent employees, they fall short of teaching us how to be savvy investors or wise financial planners. Kiyosaki's philosophy revolves around the concept of making money work for you, rather than the other way around. He often quotes, "Rich people acquire assets. The poor and middle class acquire liabilities, and they think they are assets." This distinction between assets and liabilities is a key element in his teachings. An asset, as Kiyosaki defines it, is something that puts money in your pocket, such as investments in real estate, stocks, or bonds. In contrast, a liability takes money out of your pocket, like a new car or credit card debt.
I know the game of the rich. My rich dad taught me. You know it because you're the banker. The bankers and the rich play is different than what they teach you in school. All over the world, what does school teach you about money? And the answer is nothing. And that's not a mistake.
Kiyosaki's approach to financial education is not just theoretical. He often shares his personal journey, highlighting how he learned more from his rich dad, his best friend's father and a successful employer, than from his own father, a highly educated but financially struggling man. This real-life contrast provides a compelling backdrop to his teachings. In wrap-up, Kiyosaki's message is clear and powerful. Financial education is crucial for financial independence. He urges everyone to invest in their financial education, to learn how to manage money effectively, and to understand the difference between assets and liabilities. By doing so, individuals can break free from the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck and move on towards a journey of financial freedom. As Kiyosaki often says, it's not about how much money you make, but how much money you keep, how hard it works for you, and how many generations you keep it for.
My poor dad always said to me, go to school and get a high-paying job. That's not wealth. That's a job. You can get fired, you know. And then my rich dad always says, work for assets.
We are going to delve into one of the revolutionary ideas that Robert Kiyosaki has to offer, which is investing in assets. Now, when we talk about assets, we are not just chatting about your car or your fancy gadgets. Kiyosaki flips the script here. He's all about those things that put money back in your pocket. Think real estate, stocks, bonds, or anything that earns you passive income. It's like having a little money-making machine while you sleep.
The richest young guys today start companies. It's called Facebook, Google, Apple, stuff like that, you know. Number two is real estate. So what my rich dad taught me is a combination of being an entrepreneur in business and entrepreneur in real estate.
Kiyosaki is big on real estate, and for good reason. Imagine owning a property, renting it out, and boom, you've got a steady flow of cash coming in every month. Plus, the value of your property might just go up over time. It's a win-win. Kiyosaki himself made a killing in real estate, so he's not just talking the talk, he's walked the walk. Then there's the stock market. It might sound intimidating, but Kiyosaki gently encourages us to give it a shot. It's not about betting your life savings on a hot tip. It's about smart, long-term investments in solid companies. Think of it like planting a tree. You water it, give it time, and eventually you'll enjoy the shade. But investing isn't just about putting your money into something. It's also about investing in you. Yep, your brain is your greatest asset. Learning more skills, staying curious, and adapting to changes, that's the real jackpot. The more you know, the better your chances of making smart investment choices are. Kiyosaki's also a big fan of not putting all of your eggs into one basket. He advises diversification. Mix it up with different types of investments. That way, you spread out the risk and open up more opportunities for making money. It's like having different flavors of ice cream to enjoy. And let's not forget about starting your own gig. Kiyosaki encourages us to get our entrepreneurial spirit on. Even a small business can turn into a goldmine over time. It's not just about the income. It's about growing, learning, and being the boss of your own life. Now, let's get real for a sec. Investing can be scary. The thought of losing money? Yeah, it freaks most of us out. But Kiyosaki is all about facing those fears with knowledge and caution. Don't just jump in blindly. Do your homework, understand what you're getting into, and take calculated risks. So what's the takeaway here? Investing in assets isn't just about the nitty-gritty of finance. It's a mindset. It's about seeking opportunities where others see risks. It's about being proactive, not just waiting for a paycheck. And most importantly, it's about believing in yourself and your ability to make smart choices. Start small, stay consistent, and who knows? You might just be on your way to financial freedom. Let's make our money work for us, not the other way around.
My poor dad always said to me, go to school and get a high-paying job. That's not wealth. That's a job. You can get fired,
All right, let's talk about something crucial that Robert Kiyosaki is always hammering home. The mindset shift from being an employee to thinking like an entrepreneur. This isn't just about changing jobs. It's about changing how you see the world of money and your role in it. Kiyosaki often says, the single most powerful asset we all have is our mind. He's not just throwing words around here. What it means is that if you train your brain right, it can create a fortune for you. But here's the catch. Most of us are wired to think like employees. We're taught to study hard, get good grades, and land a secure job. That's the script we've been following, right? But Kiyosaki challenges us to rewrite that script. He wants us to think like entrepreneurs and like investors. This means looking for opportunities to create wealth, not just waiting for a paycheck. It's about taking risks, getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, and seeing failure as a stepping stone, not a roadblock. Now, this doesn't mean you should just get up and quit your job tomorrow. It's more about starting to think differently. For instance, instead of buying that new smartphone on credit, think about how you could invest that money. Or, instead of binge-watching TV shows, spend some time learning about the stock market or real estate. Kiyosaki also talks about the importance of financial intelligence. This isn't just knowing facts and figures. It's about understanding the market, knowing when to make your move, and recognizing good opportunities. And guess what? This kind of intelligence grows the more you use it. It's like a muscle. The more you work it out, the stronger it gets. One of the coolest things about thinking like an entrepreneur is the sense of control it gives you over your life. You're no longer at the mercy of your boss or the economy. Sure, it's not a smooth ride. There will be ups and downs. But as Kiyosaki says, winners are not afraid of losing, but losers are. The key is to enjoy the ride, learn from the mistakes, and stay focused. So how do you start this shift? It begins with a decision. Decide to take charge of your financial future. Start small. Maybe start a side hustle or investing a little in stocks. Read books, attend seminars, and join online forums. Surround yourself with people who think the way you want to think. Remember, this is not just about making money, it's about making a life. In a nutshell, this mindset shift is at the heart of Kiyosaki's teachings. It's about breaking free from the employee mentality and accepting the possibilities that come with thinking like an entrepreneur. It's a journey of self-discovery, learning, and ultimately, empowerment. So, are you ready to make the shift?
Debt is a four-letter word for most people. There are many people in my position, so-called financial gurus, who say live totally debt-free. And there's other people who say cut up your credit cards. And, that's good advice for certain types of people.
Now let's tackle a topic that often gets a bad rap: debt. When you hear the word debt, you probably think of endless bills, stress, and something you should avoid like the plague, right? But Robert Kiyosaki has added a twist to the story. He teaches us that not all debt is bad. In fact, if used wisely, debt can be a powerful tool to build wealth. Mind-blowing, isn't it?
And the other thing about debt, there's good debt and bad debt.
Kiyosaki often says, good debt makes you rich, and bad debt makes you poor. So what's the difference? Well, bad debt is the kind that drains your wallet. It's the high-interest credit card debt you rack up by buying things that lose value. It's the kind of debt that keeps you awake at night. On the flip side, good debt is like a secret weapon in wealth building. It's kind of like debt you take on to invest in assets that increase in value or generate income. Think mortgages for rental properties or loans for starting a business. This kind of debt can actually work for you, not against you. Kiyosaki's approach to debt is all about leverage. It's using other people's money to increase your own wealth. For example, let's say you take out a mortgage to buy a rental property. The rent you collect could cover your mortgage payments and leave some extra cash in your pocket. Over time, the property's value might increase, giving you a nice profit if you decide to sell. That's a smart use of debt. But here's where it gets tricky. Managing debt wisely requires discipline and financial savvy. It's not about going on a borrowing spree. You have got to have a solid plan for how you're going to make that debt work for you. It's like playing chess. You need to think a few moves ahead. Kiyosaki also emphasizes the importance of financial education when dealing with debt. The more you know about interest rates, loan terms, and investment opportunities, the better you'll be at using your debt to your advantage. It's about making informed decisions, not just taking a leap in the dark. One key thing to remember is that using debt effectively also means being prepared for risks. Markets can change, and investments can go south. That's why Kiyosaki advises having a buffer and not over-leveraging yourself. In summary, Kiyosaki's take on debt flips the script on traditional financial advice. It's not about fearing debt, it's about understanding it and using it as a tool to build wealth. By mastering the art of good debt, you can accelerate your journey to financial freedom.
And then my rich dad always says, work for assets. So there's basically 4 asset classes that makes a person rich.
Let's dive into another golden nugget from Robert Kiyosaki's treasure trove of financial wisdom: the importance of creating multiple streams of income. In today's unpredictable world, relying on a single income source is like walking a tightrope without a safety net. Kiyosaki teaches us that the more income streams we have, the more financially secure we become. Think about it. If you only have one source of income, like a job, and it disappears, you're in hot water. But if you have money coming in from different places, maybe a rental property, some stock dividends, a side business, you're not as shaken when one stream dries up. It's like having several backup plans. Kiyosaki often says, the rich focus on their asset columns, while everyone else focuses on their income statements. What he means is that the wealthy don't just work for money. They build assets that make money work for them. These assets create multiple streams of income that keep flowing in, whether they're working or not. Creating these streams isn't just about padding your bank account. It's about building long-term security and financial independence. It's about having the freedom to make choices in life without being handcuffed by financial constraints. So, how do you start building these streams? First, Look at what you're passionate about or you're good at. Maybe you can turn that hobby into a side hustle. Or perhaps you can invest in learning about the stock market or real estate. The key is to start small and grow steadily. It's not about making a quick buck. It's about building sustainable income sources. Kiyosaki also stresses the importance of patience and persistence. Creating multiple income streams takes time and effort. There will be challenges and setbacks, but that's all a part of this journey. The important thing is to keep learning, keep adapting, and moving forward. The conclusion is that creating multiple income streams is a fundamental principle in Kiyosaki's philosophy. It's about not putting all of your eggs into one basket and having the resilience to endure financial storms. By diversifying your income sources, you're not just earning more, you're building a foundation for a secure and prosperous future. Remember, it's not about working harder, it's about working smarter. The journey to financial freedom is unique for each of us, but the principles remain the same. Start by changing the way you think. Then take on smart debt. Find other ways to make money, and most importantly, keep learning and keep growing. If you found value in this video, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more insightful content.